Lemon meringue pie made with sweetened condensed milk tastes great. Lemon meringue pie. I mean, this is a family favorite, easy to make, and a really, really old recipe. I'm 71, and I know my mother said that this was the first thing she even knew how to make when she got married. So this is how old the recipe is. And it is just, my son, instead of a birthday cake, he always wanted a lemon meringue pie. So just watch me and see how easy this is to make. Okay, I have started out separating my eggs. I've got three eggs. I've got my egg yolks in a bowl. I've got my egg whites, which I have put a quarter teaspoon of cream tartar and a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring in it. Now I have squeezed my lemons. Now people ask, could you use bottled lemon juice? You probably could, but you would miss this really important ingredient, which is the grated lemon rind, which really gives the pie that intense lemon flavor. When I started out, we actually grated it, but now since they've got the little zesters out, I use the zest so you don't have big hunks of lemon peel. And I've got half a cup of lemon juice, and I like to use this to get the juice out of my lemons versus the little pressy things because I'm not quite strong enough to really do a good job. When I started out, Eagle brand was the only sweetened condensed milk you could get, and now it's just all over the place. This is called La Leche, which is the same thing as sweetened condensed milk. So it's just easy to just put it in my stirring bowl. Simple as adding your lemon juice. I mean, this is a good recipe for your kids to start out cooking with because it is just so easy and simple. Get my eggs and get those in there. This lemon rind, which is really is so important. Now I could use my electric mixer, but if I use my electric mixer, then I'd have to wash it, dry it before I was ready to do my meringue. Got a pre-made graham cracker pie crust. You could totally make your own if you wanted to. It's just a matter of just pouring this in there. Like I said, it is just so simple. And now I'm ready to make my meringue. Now I'm ready to make my meringue. I'm not going to have you listen to the noisy clatter of this mixing, but I'm going to beat it till soft peaks form, and then I'm going to add my sugar 1 tablespoon at a time and keep whisking it and beating it till I get it all done. Now I used to always use granulated sugar because that's how I was raised. But my daughter-in-law taught me to use powdered sugar instead in my meringue, and I think that does make a really great meringue, but you can use whichever one you want. Okay, I've got my meringue beat up. I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees, and now I'm ready to put my meringue on. Now, one thing I like to do when I do meringue is first start on the edges, because your meringue will weep if you have any air pockets in here. So I'm going to make sure that all my edges are completely sealed. Okay, now I can easily go back and fill in the center. Now if I use the smaller graham cracker pie crust, which really gives you this huge amount of meringue. Now if you use the larger pie crust that had like the 2 extra servings, your meringue would not be quite as high, and in that case you might want to use 4 egg whites instead of 3. I'm ready to put it in my oven. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to watch it for 7 to 10 minutes. Now my mother-in-law, when she made meringue pie, she used to put it under the broiler, but I was always taught to put it in the oven and bake it. Okay, our pie has come out of the oven. Now really depending on your oven, you know, it could be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever. But I'm going to put this on the cooling rack, and after it's completely cool, I will cover it with a little lid that came with the pie crust and put it in the refrigerator. Now this has to be cooled at least 3 to 4 hours. Usually if I'm making this, I'll make it the night before, so it has had plenty of time to cool off. So kind of like the recipe if you go to Chik Fil A for their lemon meringue pie. Now this is just so easy to make, tastes great. Now if you love my recipes, you can support my channel. My cookbook is now on Amazon. Get it in paperback or Kindle. I'll leave you a link in the description bar. Now this particular recipe is not in there, but how to make meringue or your own graham cracker pie crust is. Now if you really like the videos, I have an e-cookbook along with the YouTube videos on thumb drive. And you can contact me at carolinegibson1951@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me today at Homemade Cooking in Texas. These are my favorite recipes, and I hope they will become yours. Now, if you enjoy these recipes, please like and subscribe so you can see more of these type recipes. We have been making a full-time living here on our organic farm since 1991. We need your support to continue our small family farm by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much.